How's it going there, guys? Hey, Jeremy here with Consciousness Awake. How are you guys doing? Hope you're doing really good. I'm sending you always positive vibrations through the etheric plane, from my etheric energy body to your etheric energy body. Nothing but positive, good vibrations to help evolve your consciousness to higher levels while living in this, but while being in your human body. And all of this information and these videos and what I'm doing is all geared towards evolving your consciousness and also preparing you for the afterlife. Because there's one thing that we all have in common, ladies and gentlemen. Our physical bodies will malfunction, cease to operate at some point in the future. So, having insights and information on how consciousness functions and operates in non-physical dimensions and all that good stuff is very beneficial. So again, hope everyone's having a nice positive day today. I wanted to talk about something in particular. Well, maybe a couple things, but from looking at my emails and some of the one-on-one Zoom meetings I've had with you guys, they're here in the community of Consciousness Awake. It's been nice getting to know some of you too. Again, for me, there's not a lot of people around me in my local area who understand, out-of-body experiences, what this all is. This whole spiritual pathway. I do have some friends and people that do understand, but for the majority of people that live in my local area, they don't understand me. So having this channel is a great outlet for me too, and very therapeutic for me to be able to express myself and my experiences, and to just feel good that I'm doing it, and also helping other people in the process of doing that. So it's just really awesome. So today's video, I want to focus on a couple things actually. So one is, people are having a lot of issues with, they get out of body, their consciousness integrates, not fully. Remember, when you astrally project into your other energy bodies, a large portion of your consciousness shifts into these other bodies to experience these other frequencies and other, reality constructs and other dimensions and etc. But there's still a little bit of your consciousness that's still enmeshed within your human brain, your body, human physical body, and remember, the etheric body is almost like, the etheric body, from what I've noticed, is what helps to hold consciousness, soul energy, within the physical form, within these human bodies. So it helps to glue it into place. And so then after death, or with a lot of astral projections or out-of-body experiences, like half of them just go kind of directly into astral bodies, and then the other half are etheric body. And so at death, the majority of people, the physical body dies, so consciousness is vacating the vessel, and then just goes automatically right into the very next vessel, which is our energy body, which is the etheric body. And it goes into that. And then there's etheric body death, right, for some people, etc., etc. And, I've talked about all this stuff in previous videos and whatnot. But today's video, what I want to focus on is, so when you're getting out of body, and let's just go with the scenario that you're projecting into your etheric body. What is the easiest way? What do I think is the best tip or best way to go from that phase of an out-of-body experience and to project consciousness into your astral bodies on the astral planes, into the multiple planes of the astrals? Okay, what is the easiest thing to do? What is the best tip? Well, obviously, those kinds of things, you go through a lot of trial and error and whatnot, right? And also the process of learning how consciousness is a creator being, and how powerful you can manifest things, especially when you're out of body. And so as you learn all those things, then after all those experiences, I've come to this conclusion. So if you're after death, or just a regular out-of-body experience, astral projection into your etheric body, which is like half of the experiences around the world, you're in that phase, right? And what you do is, you notice how you're in a real-time zone, real-time out-of-body experience, where your human body is laying in your bed, or on your couch, or on your lounge chair, and you're moving away from that body, right? You kind of even hear behind you. You kind of even hear your human body doing its breath, doing its breathing, automatic breathing. And so you're moving away from all that and getting out of the structure wherever your human body is in, okay? And getting outside the structure. And what you want to do is you want to look at the horizon. So right now, in that case, you're looking at the etheric sky, the etheric horizon, which is almost a mirror duplicate, a mirror image or copy of the physical plane that we're in, this 3D plane we're in. It's very similar, with little differences. And you notice those differences as you get out of body into the etheric plane. You'll notice the little differences and the commonalities and all that kind of stuff. But what you want to do is, instead of walking around or moving around or doing something on that etheric plane, or instead of levitating up and just flying straight up, right, straight up into the sky, into outer space, what you want to do is you want to shoot for you want to go about halfway above the horizon and halfway down from directly above you. So about, right at that, I guess you can call it just the halfway point, right? The halfway point in the etheric sky that you see in front of you. Just go about halfway up and put your arm out like this and shoot for outer space, and just zoom up there, just fly up there with your intention, with your willpower. Just, if you're having a hard time getting off of the ground, then just try to levitate up a little bit, a few feet, 10 feet, and just kind of float up, perhaps, because once you start floating up a little bit, you're floating. And then once you're floating, then mind over matter, and you kind of you start gliding around, moving around. But just remember that you have to go fast. You've got to go fast. If you go too slow, you're going to get distracted by other things in the etheric plane. And also, if you go too slow, you're not going to get through the barrier, the energetic wall and barrier that's between the etheric and the next that astral level, next astral plane. So if you're going fast enough, you will just zip through everything, and you will also zip through that barrier, that wall, energetic wall. Okay? So the wall is, it can trick you. So sometimes you can go up to it and touch your hands on there and stuff, or try to push on it with your while you're out of body, you're pushing on it, and it feels like you can't get through it, and you give up. And so a lot of people have been in that position where they've gotten to that barrier and tried to push through that, but they couldn't get through it. So the only way to get through it is to know that you can change your frequency and raise your vibrations and willpower, and just know that you can, and also going fast. So quickness, speed, willpower, intention, and know that if you're going quick enough, and if you're focused really hard on shifting your consciousness from your etheric body into one of your astral bodies to explore the astral planes and go into different astral plane structures and different portals and tube-like structures and all kinds of things. And so, so you just go really fast, just into outer space. Just shoot for the stars. Just have that kind of mentality and perspective on it. And know that you can move from point A to point B very, very rapidly, okay? And so when you're doing that, and you're shooting for that part of the horizon, and you're going super fast, you want to also tie in certain colors, certain spectrum of colors that are maybe associated with those particular astral planes that you're trying to shoot for or go to. And so that's tricky because when you're just starting with all of this, you don't really understand all of that. But when you've done it many times, you start realizing that there's certain colors and color tints and the range of the spectrum of colors as it changes from the physicality to the etheric to the astral plane levels, and how it just changes as you go through the astral plane levels. So what I recommend is just focusing on a few certain colors that will just kind of propel you and guide you to a higher up mid-range or higher up astral plane reality constructs and different entrances and structures and all kinds of things you may run into, or the Akashic records, etc. So you want to focus on golden light, white light, indigo, sky blue, purple, orange. Orange is good. Even yellow, orange, yellow, reds. Those are all good. Blues. Those are all good colors. But remember that if you're shooting for more of a goldish, whitish, purplish, indigo-like, those kinds of colors, if you can harness the visualization of that color as you're shooting up towards the stars, into outer space, going into these planes while you're out of body, initially, of course. Of course, you can't do this in your human body, guys. I mean, I think you all understand that. But you know what I mean. Simple stuff like that. Simple stuff. It's really simple. It just that it takes a lot of process in trial and error and experiences, personal experiences, also learning from other people's experiences, etc., etc. You start to gather all this data, all this information of what works, and then when you try it yourself and you do it a few times and practice it, you realize it's real. You realize it's unbelievably real and amazing, and how simplistic it can be. Now, there's obviously a lot of complications, there's a lot of other things and topics and that are all tied into this all, which are quite complex. But as far as projecting and getting consciousness to shift into one of your astral bodies, into the astral planes, while you're in an out-of-body experience and in your etheric energy body, these are the tips. These are some of the things to be thinking about and trying and exploring. And all the things that might work for me or someone else might work for you or might not work for you. But at least there's people like me and other people on YouTube or other vlogging platforms or whatnot who are getting out their personal experiences and information, and people are able to to check it out and to learn something from it. Alrighty guys, so I'm going to stop the video now. Wanted to do a shorter video today, but look at 14 minutes. Alright guys, I'm going to make a bunch of videos very soon, I promise. I just did a lot of work related stuff. Took a lot of energy, took a lot of time. So now I'm getting back into a routine where I can, every couple days or so focus on getting some stuff uploaded for you guys. Alright, peace.